Hello everyone, FunshotX here. Welcome back to my Let's Play of Space Engineers. This should be episode 5. Last episode we got our mining ship working a little bit better, went on some expeditions, and started to process some more materials. In between I've done quite a bit. I've welded out most of the platform here, and I've built a lot. I built a new small cargo container, and I'll show you why we're going to do that in a little bit. And I've also expanded, like I said I would, these little refinery bays. So I've got 5.5 refineries, 3 arc furnaces. They're all connected via conveyors and tubes, and then I've got only 2 assemblers. I haven't had the other assemblers on there, and that's actually there's a reason. Someone told me that these assemblers only do that shared mode where they kind of work together if they're put next to each other in a line, and you kind of make one the master and make the other ones kind of do what it says. So the kind of setup that I have now with the assembler there and assembler there wouldn't work for that, and so I'll tear those down and put them in some kind of a row later on. But these refineries and the arc furnaces are working really well. They've processed through most of my ore. But the problem I'm seeing is that if I come here and I dump a lot of like a single ore type, like I go mine a bunch of iron and I come back, dump the iron, it goes into this cargo container, right? And then this refinery, or one of the refineries, or maybe the arc furnace, will pull it, and it'll pull almost all of it, you know, as much as it can hold. And that means that refinery will process, and all the other ones are just kind of sitting, doing nothing. And I want to fix that. So we're going to start doing some modding and some scripting today. We're going to start getting our feet wet by using mods and scripts that other people have built. And then we'll kind of play around with them, see if we need to tweak them or write our own, that kind of thing. The first thing I'd like to do is organize our inventory. That's going to be really easy to do. So I've added a mod. It's part of the Direwolf 20s mod pack called Auto... What is it called? Actually, let me get the full name for you. Automated Inventory Sorting. It's really easy. You just go to Steam Workshop and subscribe to it. It installs it into your world. Blah. Done. Then you come up to any inventory in your room or your base, or however you want to access it. Go to the control panel, and you just rename it. It's really easy. So right now it's called Small Cargo Container 2, and if we look at the inventory, it's completely empty. You can see the other cargo container has a bunch of tools and components and ingots and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to say, control panel, rename this guy. And anything I put in brackets will determine what he stores. So if I just say ingot, is it plural? Is it ingot or ingots? You always have to follow their format. It's just ingot, no plural. Now this is an ingot inventory, and if I go back here, you can see this small cargo container is a lot emptier, and all the ingots have filtered over into here, including ammo. I don't know why. Looks like some of the tools came over here as well. That's fine. We'll put them back into the other one. It's probably because I had it like empty brackets for a little bit. It started pulling everything. So did it pull any other things it shouldn't have? Not really. So let's go back into control panel, and I can actually just take all of this stuff off and just say this is cargo ingots. Lost a square bracket. There we go. So this is just my ingot cargo hold. Perfect. And then this other one, we'll just rename this one to cargo component. And now it should store all the components. If we sort filter, there we go. So if I ever dump something in the wrong cargo container, it'll automatically filter it wherever it needs to go. All right, now let's search. Do we have any ore in the system? We've got some stone, uranium. Here's some ice. What else we got? Some platinum, nickel, gold, cobalt. So quite a bit of just random stuff all over the place. Let's look at our arc furnaces. Nickel and cobalt. I've hidden the empty ones, that's why it's only showing 2. Here's the third one, it's just empty, nothing in it. What I want to do with those is I want to tell them to always grab iron, nickel, and cobalt so that the refineries don't grab those. So, well, we don't have to run anywhere. We can just go into the control panel, and let's get our assemblers. And Why do I only have 2 on there? Did the third one not get completed? Or did I rename it something? Oh, not assemblers. Arc furnaces. I was like, what the heck? So here's our 3 arc furnaces. So I can actually... no, you can't rename them all at once. So we'll just say arc. And we want... if we want specific ones, we come in here and we say ore. And then I think we do ore like colon iron, something like that. And I think we can do comma cobalt, comma nickel. I can't remember if that will work. But now if we look at our arc furnace, it's grabbed all of them. Well, we don't want that. The other 2 are sitting empty. So instead, we need to say ore colon split colon all that, and copy that to the other 2. Now, hopefully, they will split. And it doesn't, I don't think it actually pulls them from each other. So let's take these out, put them back into a cargo hold real quick. So let's take this nickel, just dump it in here. Now the refinery grabbed it. Oh, now it's something. Everything else pulled it out. So now there we go. 7, 7, 7, and 7. And what I could do is I could just say, only this one's only for iron, this one's only for cobalt, this one's only for nickel, or something like that. But then if I need a ton of iron processed real quick, that would kind of stink. So what I might do, let's do this. Let's say, yeah, let's do that. Okay. So this guy is going to be only iron. It's going to pull out as much iron as possible. Let's get, yeah, so we'll split the iron. Okay. Perfect. Now, this one here is going to be iron, cobalt, only iron and cobalt. And then this one will be iron and nickel. How's that? Oops. That way, iron will go to all 3, cobalt will go to 1, and nickel will go to 1. So let's do the same thing. Let's grab all this cobalt out of there. You see that refinery grabs it right away, but hopefully the arc furnaces then steal it. Cool. And let's take the nickel back up here. You know what we can do? Because I keep on just scrolling through a ton of stuff. Let's say control panel. Let's select all 3 of our arc furnaces and all of our refineries. All 5 of them. Remember, this one's not done, but we can select them as well. Let's put them in a block group, just called processing, and hit save. Now, I've got a group up there called processing. And then when I go to inventory, if I filter on processing, that didn't work. Okay, never mind. I guess storage inventories is probably the best. I thought you could sort on groups, but apparently you can't. So just get rid of that group. So is this working how I want it now? Nickel in that one. You're not supposed to have anything in you. Get out of here. Why is it grabbing cobalt? I'm not sure. I might have confused the thing by... Nah, it's still splitting it. What does the other arc have? This one shouldn't have cobalt either. Huh. Okay, well, I'll have to play around with it. But basically, you see the gist is I'm trying to limit what goes into different things. For the refineries, I could do the same thing and say, you know, this one could process my gold, that one my platinum, you know, there's nickel or whatever, you know, just split the inventories up. But there's a script that can handle this for me. So we're going to need to get into things called programmable blocks. And these you can add a script to, and that execute scripts and do cool things. So we're going to say programmable block, which is this one right here. And we need to put it somewhere. I'm going to put it, this is kind of going to be my control area. So let's put that right here. Which way do we want it to look? Yeah, like that. And we need to weld it. Let's see, what does she need? Construction, tubes, motors, displays, computers. So these. Ooh, I'm in oxygen. That. I don't know. Maybe some of that. Maybe some of that. Large steel tubes. Okay, so that's one thing I didn't have. We're going to rectify that not having certain things in the next episode, so don't worry about that. Control panel, our production assembler, large steel tubes. Give me 10 of those. And it's cool because I don't have to go down to the assemblers now to pull them out. It'll just come to this right to this cargo station. It'll all be there for me. Cool. All right, programmable block is now in place. We can hit K on this, and we've got a bunch of different stuff. There's the name of this. Let's name it something. This is going to be, let's call it program refinery controller. Sure. And we can hit edit. And here's all where we can write the code. I'm not sure what code it uses, if it's C# or Java or what. Doesn't matter. We're going to hit browse workshop. And anything that I've already subscribed to via Direwolf's mod pack is going to be listed here. But I could go and browse the workshop and get more if I wanted to. Now here's the Refinery Manager version 1.4. So select that and hit OK. There we go. And you'll see it pasted the code in here. And then usually at the top they'll have, you know, who it's by, what it does, version history, and how to set it up. You know, place a programmable block. That's what we did. Now we need to get a timer block. We're going to do that in a second. And that's fine. Press start. Okay. Then we've got some configuration values here. The name prefix says only control refineries that start with this. So you could say, you know, pound base or something else. Or you can do a group. And I think I'm going to do that. So we're going to say group name equals, I don't know, just call them refine. Let's call them auto refineries. Auto refinery group. Sure. And we're going to hit check code just to make sure everything compiles. Sometimes when the game updates and changes something, the code breaks. So you kind of want to make sure that it still works. But you can see there's a bunch of code in here. Tons of things, events, and all that kind of stuff. And we'll hit remember and exit. And now it's saved there. It's compiled and ready to go. Now we could run it once, but that's not going to be very useful because it would run once and then stop. And this is something that has to run all the time. Basically, this code, what it does is it goes into your inventory, looks at anything that's in the matching group of refineries, and it looks for something that's empty, that's idle, like refinery 3 is idle. Then it looks and sees which of my refineries has the most inventory. 1.8, 2.0, 1.7. And so it would probably go to this one, and would it take half of this ore and put it here. Then we go to the next empty one, find the biggest one, take half. And so it kind of just splits it up. It's really cool. And that's what I've told it does. I haven't actually put it into use, so we'll actually see if it works. And so we can close this. We need to create a refinery. What did we call it? Auto refinery group. No, I forgot already. All right, the group was auto refinery. So let's type refinery here. Do these 6 refineries. I think we need to leave that guy off because he might have an error, but let's just try. and call these auto refinery. There we go. We got the auto refinery group. And now we need to get that timer block in place. So let's G, get timer. There's our timer block. And we need to put this one somewhere on the base. It doesn't need to be next to the programmer, but it's kind of useful to do that. So I'm going to put it right under him. Let's see, just fly down there. This is a lot of steel plates to make sure all these things are running again. I hit 7. And turn, interior plates to build those. Okay. Probably some displays, motors, construction components, maybe some computers. Yeah, sure, that's good. Put it right in there. There's really no top or bottom or anything like that. Oops, why can't I put it in there? Does it need to be sitting on something? Ah. Maybe because there's... Oops. I don't know, that doesn't make any sense. Why could I put it there and not there? It's not even getting me an error message. Weird. Okay. Well, let's just attach it back here. We'll have a row of timers. And we just need what? Construction components. A lot more of them. Queue a few up. You can see that sorter doesn't like run all the time. It's kind of like on a delay, which is good. It won't add as much lag that way. All right, so now the timer block is set into the world. So let's put this guy back. Did I completely like? He's not even attached to my base anymore. Oh, that's probably why I can't attach anything here. It's because, yeah, that was silly. All right, I'm gonna have to grind this guy. Don't go over my inventory space. Whew, just barely. Okay. Okay, let's get that computer. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to reset that whole thing up, but that's fine. All right, so rotate you around again. Build you. Yeah, I didn't even think I was deleting that block underneath it, like completely separated it from the rest of the thing. All right, so back to this guy. So it's program, refinery, controller. Sure. Edit, browse workshop, refinery manager, okay. Auto refinery, check code, remember an exit. Okay, now let's find that timer, and I'm gonna call this one timer refinery manager, just so I know. I don't have to, but that's just for kicks. Now what can I do? I can set the delay. This is how often the timer runs. So let's do that to 1 second. Do it need to be 1 second? Probably not 1 second. Let's do it every like 3. Sure. Then set up actions. Now these are the things that it does. It can do up to, I don't know, 9 times 90 actions or something like that. The first thing we want to do is we want to run that program. So we're going to select the program block, and we're going to hit run. And no arguments at all. So just hit confirm. And then after we do that, we want to reset the timer block so that it starts its timer over again. So we put the timer right there and hit start. So now every second, it's going to run the refinery program and then restart the program. So we can get out of this now and hit start. And you can see every 3 seconds, it's going to run and then start back over 3 seconds. So now are our refineries actually doing stuff now? And you can see, yes, all the refineries have been, some of them have been given some gold. This one's offline, so it doesn't have anything. But if we take this platinum out of here, I can't fit it in there, but let's clear this, go to only storage, sure. So let's take this platinum out of this refinery and put it in the cargo container. Should put it, kind of split it up. Sweet. That's what I wanted. I just wanted to see all the refiners doing something. And so we're getting a lot of platinum, a lot of gold. And this would be a lot more useful when we have, you know, tons of different kinds of ores coming in. So there we go. We've used 2 mods so far. One to sort our inventories, which we use for our arc furnaces and our cargo containers. This programmable block with a custom script. Programmable block actually is vanilla. It's the scripts that are, you know, custom to control our refineries. The last thing I think I'd like to do is use another script that shows me like status of things. Right now, if I want to go look like what's inside this cargo container, see how many ingots I have, you know, how many components I have, I really can't do that. I'd have to go, or, you know, open this up and look. What if I just had a display that would show me? Wouldn't that be cool? I think it would be cool. So let's do that. We're going to add, we need some more steel plates. All right, put that right here. Add another programmable block. Maybe I'll make a server room at some point to hold all these. How can I be short on construction components? Oh yeah, because I didn't build very many, did I? And there's a few more. That'll all be handled next episode. We'll never have a problem with running out of stuff again. Unless we need to go mining. So in this one, I can say, let's call this program LCD. Now this is going to be a program that will automatically print out messages to LCD screens. Now LCD screens are vanilla, but they, you know, can't do a lot on their own. You can display text and that kind of stuff and images, other kind of stuff. So let's look at them. Let's look at the LCDs. Here's the vanilla ones, and then here these are the custom ones that kind of add them on a slope. So if I get one of these, let's look at some of these other ones. Let's get a right one and a left one, and maybe vertical. Sure. All right, so we'll look at the vanilla one first. You can see this one just attaches to any block. It's just a flat panel. Oh no, oh no. We have no oxygen, we have no oxygen. Get oxygen. Ah. That was close. I saw that oxygen low warning, but yeah, it just kept going on without looking at it. Wow, that was close. All right, just get our health back up to full. Our oxygen is at full as well. Let's get this thing back to full as well. There we go. Okay, perfect. So again, as I was saying, you can attach this panel to something. So if I wanted to like have an output that showed what's in this arc furnace, maybe I'd put panel there. Panel on my nuclear reactor is showing like power output, that kind of thing. I'd put it there. But then I've also got these ones that kind of like freestanding that have a armor block, light armor block built into them. So let's see if I can figure out the rotation on these. Nope, that wasn't quite right. There we go. So that one would go on this side, which is pretty cool. You can have it kind of built into the wall on a slope. I like that. And then 8 would be the other side. And then 9 is kind of our vertical one that just goes in anything. So I think I want to put one right there and one right there. And then if I sit in this chair, I should be able to see both of them, and I can kind of look at my base. Cool. So let's get these done. They take construction components, computers, and displays. Which we'll need to get some of that. Oops, production. Let's see, I need some construction components. Oh, what am I out of? Iron? Ah, I'm out of iron. Shoot. I might have to go mine some stuff to get some iron real quick. Oh, well, that's a good time to show you the new improved miner here. You probably have already seen it while I was flying around, but I added 2 more drills down here and a light. It usually gets very dark in these caves, so now I've got a light on there. So let's hit 3 to disable. What? Oh, there we go. Hit V twice to get it. There we go. I still haven't figured out why my base, or this donut, is completely void of iron on the surface now. I don't know where it all went. But let's expand this guy a little bit. I'm right-clicking to do like the giant hole. And you can see, yeah, there's iron in here. But I can go to first-person mode now and get... Cool. Awesome. But I think the sun went like behind the asteroid on the other side, so I don't get as much light anymore. You can see this iron is a much different color than it used to be. It used to be like bright orange almost. And now it's more of a gray with just red tinges. Who knows? Maybe a mod changed that. You know, if I was a mod, that was a very small mod, and happened to like be included in a large mod pack, like the Direwolf pack, I might put some code in there to like remove all iron from the world, just to mess with him. So I don't know if that's what someone did or not. But yeah, we'll see. Okay, so I'm gonna finish mining this, getting another good supply of iron. I think I can hold like 80k worth of iron now, and with no problem. So I'll mine as much as I can, and we'll head on back to the base in just a little bit. Okay, just flying back into the base. I only picked up 40k, and I bet a bunch of this is stone, but that's okay. Let's make sure that's turned on again. We can use this to better orient ourselves. There we go. F2 to lock. No, 2 to lock. There we go. And that should suck out all of our iron. And thanks to our refinery controller and arc furnace and all that kind of stuff, it should start processing in all the arcs. There we go. Iron, iron, and iron. Let's see. This one should have all the nickel. This one have all the cobalt. I'll put iron in front of both. Hey, wait, stop. I'm having trouble like with inventory sometimes. It doesn't want to let me move them. I really don't know why, but oh well. Okay, now we're getting tons of iron. Production is completing on that. Okay. Back in business. Let's finish off these panels. So, structure components, computers, displays. A few more displays, it looks like, yeah. Oh, I haven't learned the icons yet. They look like a square, don't they? There they are. No, there it is. Okay, display. Let's get 100 of them. Okay. So these should now be completely done. Perfect. All right. Online, that just means they're connected to the base and have power and that kind of stuff. And how does that look from the chair? Perfect. Exactly what I wanted. Okay. So now we need to get these to program. First thing we need to do is we need to open up these LCDs, and we need to name them. So we have this guy, Slope LCD Panel V. Let's call him our ingot status. And we're going to put the LCD in brackets, and that tells this script to execute on this LCD. And on this one, we'll call it component status. LCD, same thing. Okay. That's good. And nothing there yet. Next thing we need to do is come over here into this guy. We'll hit edit, workshop. Let's see, configurable automatic LCDs. Hit OK. Let's see, LCD tag is that, which we already did, but you can change it if you need to. There's the links to all the guides and then all the code. If you ever need to see what an item is referred to in the game, you can look in this big long array or list of add commands. So you've got ores, all the names of the ores, different components, and other things, ammo, that kind of stuff. All right. Perfect. We can hit check code just to make sure that's good, and remember an exit. And we don't have any arguments. Perfect. Now we need to go back to our timer, which is over here. And actually, I don't even need to go to the timer. What am I thinking? Just go to any computer. Find the timer, and this is now just going to be, I'm just going to call him timer 1 second and change this down to 1. Oh, stop. There we go. So now he's going to run every 1 second. And I can put all of the programs that I want to run on a 1 second timer attached to this guy. So he'll set up actions. We'll add, move this. Well, I guess we just do the LCD program here and hit run. No arguments. And then back to the timer. Start. So now we'll run the refinery controller, LCD, and then the timer. Start the timer over. Cool. All right, guys, so we have these two LCDs built. We've put in their name, bracket LCD, close bracket. And you can see they now say write commands to public or private title. Every second that timer block is triggering and this program is running and looking for LCDs with their specific tag, and then it's going to update them to show various things. If I want to show a general kind of status of all the inventory on my base, I can just type public title inventory, and here we go. Look at it go. It's going to show a ton of stuff. Everything about how much ore I have, how many ingots I have, with nice little bar charts on all that kind of stuff. It's going to have all the components that we have, and it kind of assigns them a quota with a bar chart as well, which we can modify. It's going to show how many oxygen bottles, how much gas, how much ammo. So this is way too much. I don't want all of this. So if we say, let's just do... All right, so now we've got it set to inventory, look only in cargo blocks. It just basically runs a filter like cargo. And so it's only looking in those two blocks and only showing the component stuff there. Pretty cool. So you can see it's actually, the list is too big. So it shows the first page and then the second page. A lot of stuff. I can actually hide certain things. Let's see, how do I do that? I'm going to have to play with this quite a bit to get exactly what I want. There we go. So that's only steel plate. That might work. Let's do steel plate and construction components. What about small pipe? Is that one of them? Nope, small pipe is not one of them. Metal grid. Metal grids. So there we go. I'll find out which components I want to keep track of, put them in this list, and then anytime I come over here, I can just come over and see, wow, I am completely out of steel plates. And if I want to override, let's see, right, I don't need 200,000 steel plates. I can put a colon and then say how many I want. So let's just say 1,000. And now it'll say out of 1,000. Metal grids, I don't need that many. Let's do out of 200. You can see now the status bar will update a little bit better. So yeah, so I'll do that. I'll go find a list of everything I want to track and how much of it I'd like to have, and then I can always come over here easier and look at it. Next time, we're actually going to control our assemblers to automatically craft stuff if we are low on it. But right now, we're just kind of getting a status output. All right, guys, so on this other one, let's go ahead and go into there and try and get it to show our ingot summary. So this one, we're going to type inventory. We're going to hit plus, or we got to say which inventory we want to look at. So we'll hit cargo for the cargo bays, or small cargo containers. And then we'll type plus ingot, and that should be enough. That should give us everything. There we go, ingot's summary. You notice I've also changed the font size to 0.8. That allows everything to appear on one panel, otherwise this thing scrolls. So that's pretty good. And you can see it's got some default quotas for everything on how much it would like us to have. I can lower that and override that. So I can do things like hide scrap. I don't really care about scrap. So that removed scrap. If I wanted to change the things, I don't know. I don't think I can change it here. I think what I'd have to do is do /iron:10K. But then I have to do pretty much everything, because now it's hid everything but iron. So that's kind of a bummer. Maybe I'll go through on this one, every single one, and do that as well to override what I'd like it to have. But then there's other things we can add onto this inventory thing. If we put an X here, I believe it hides anything that is non-zero. Is this here? There we go. Yeah, so that one kind of gave us a different view. It's hiding things that we don't have, and also not showing us at a quota. So that's kind of cool. We can also do an S, and that hides the ores. So now it should see just, gravel, iron. We don't see how much ore we have, which this is probably the view I really want to look at. Because hopefully with the number of refineries I'll be like, okay, I'm out of silicon, so I'll go mine silicon, and then it'll refine up really fast, and then I'll see, oh, I have plenty of silicon. What else do we want to do? Oh, and I think you can combine those two together. So inventory XS, or is it SX? Yeah, there we go. That shows only what you have. Whoa, lag spike. And doesn't show the iron things. So I think inventory S is that the one I want? Yeah, definitely one. And I can change the color of these too. So let's go in here. Let's make this one a background red. Whoa, that's pretty bright. Let's turn our light off here. Yeah, I don't like that. Oh, you can do textures too? Wow. What is it displaying on there? Yeah, I don't think that's going to work when we have these custom LCDs, these textures. That's okay. Remove you. Maybe I'll just make the text cyan for now. Beautiful. And you can be pink. All right, there we go. So I can sit in my chair. I can see how many components I have, how many ingots I have. Good. I can just sit here and watch my station go. So make sure you come back next time, because we're going to automate our assemblers to auto craft for us when we're below a certain amount. Try and keep a certain stock on hand at all times. And then after that, I'm probably going to play around with my ship again. We'll build a better mining ship, and we're going to add an antenna, a camera, and a remote control to it, so that we can stand here on our base and fly it around and mine. I'm not sure what the range is. I still have to do some research, but I think I should be able to control it around this entire asteroid at least. So all the iron and magnesium, whatever else is on this asteroid, we can get remotely. And I can just sit here in my little chair and fly my ship, which I think is awesome. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, hit the like button. It really helps my channel. And I'll hope to see you guys in the next episode. Thanks. Catch you later. Bye.